What's going on, guys? Stepping here with you, S&E's Garage, and today we are taking our Overland GX470 to the next step. So what we have here is our Overland in progress build here on our GX470. You'll see we have it lifted about 2.5, 3 inches. We have it up on 33s. We added a OE Lexus trailer hitch to this thing. We're on some fuel wheels. Don't ask me what they are. I totally forget the name. We have a metal tech front bumper with a worn winch. We did some lighting mods. And what we're going to be doing today is installing a Bison Gear rear tire carrier. So this install is fairly straightforward. It's just drill a couple holes, pull a couple of panels, and install the thing. You are going to need a second person to help you install the bracketry here. So my wife will probably make an appearance here in the next couple of minutes, just giving us a helping hand. Now, there's really no quote-unquote special tools here you're going to need. You're definitely going to need a measuring tape because there are a couple of things we're going to have to measure. You're going to need a marker here to go ahead and mark out the holes that you're going to be drilling. And then up over here on our engine stand, we actually have some masking tape. You're going to need that to go ahead and put over the hatch. Basically, you're going to put this tape down and mark your holes. That way you're drilling through the tape and you're not really going to mess your paint up too much. Now, the only other special tool you're going to need here is a rivet nut tool. This will allow you to basically install rivet nuts. It's basically a threaded insert that we're going to have to drill a hole somewhere in the truck and install that. So I'm pretty sure they get installed down here somewhere after we pull this trim off. But that's really the only other tool you're going to need. I'll leave it in the video description below. Now, Bison Gear is nice enough to literally include everything that you need to do this install, even down to the drill bits. They give you the right size drill bits. They give you all of the bracketry. They give you some paint to go ahead and cover the holes where you drilled. And then they even include some Loctite here to go ahead and do the install. And then we got these awesome directions here. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to throw you on the tripod. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead, remove this diaper. I'm going to lock this tailgate just so it doesn't move. And we're going to go ahead and remove this interior trim. So removing all of this is pretty straightforward. We're going to start up here and we're going to remove this trim work. It's all just held in with some push pins. Just be careful. These are, older vehicles here. I just cracked that one, unfortunately. So do be careful when you're doing this. I'm going to have to glue these, so we'll get these tabs out. But after we do that, now we can go ahead and focus on getting these out. There's going to be 2 doors here that you have to remove. One here, one here. There's going to be 2 clips here. These are going to pull straight out like so. And that's going to allow you to remove your handle. So let's go ahead and get these pieces out and take it from there. Now, once you go ahead and remove these 2 clips here, you are going to find a screw right behind that. You're going to go ahead and remove it, put it to the side. Let's open this up. Okay, we're going to remove our spare tire tools here. Put them to the side. Now we can go ahead and work our way around this panel and remove it. It's just held in with a bunch of clips around the perimeter and several on the inside. Just be mindful when you're pulling it off like we just had happen. When you look at the back of this, let me get flipped around here. Just make sure that all of these clips stay in place. We had one here pop out, so we're just going to push that back in. Now we can go ahead and remove this for the time being and get it out of our way. So unfortunately for us, the directions that are going to come with the Bison Gear kit are going to show a later model GX that has the weather stripping here on the back window where the window meets the hatch. And unfortunately, those measurements are not going to work here. So we're going 1.25 inches from the bottom trim here of the wiper motor. That's where the top of our tape is here. Now we're going to go ahead and grab the carrier. Let me just show you real quick. There's going to be a little dimple here on the top. You're going to go ahead and center that with the top of your tape. And then we're going to go ahead and mark our holes to drill. Now, once we have our holes marked, we're just going to go ahead and take a hammer and a punch here. Just give them a nice center punch. Now we can take the smallest bit that Bison Gear provides and begin to drill our holes. Once you go through with the little hole, with the little bit, step it up to the large one. After you go ahead and drill the holes that they instruct you to drill, you're going to go ahead and take the touch-up paint that they provide, and we're just going to go ahead, we shuck it up, and we're just going to very generously coat the area to prevent any future rust. So our next step here is going to be to go ahead and get this bracket up into the area here. Looks like it's probably going to be a little bit of a pain in the neck. What I did do is I just pulled the bulbs out for the license plate lights. That should allow us to possibly be able to snake this thing in there. This looks like it's going to be a little tight, but we're just going to have to play with it until we get it in. Once I figure out how to get this puzzle piece in there, I'll show you exactly how we did it. So the easiest way to get this guy in is going to be to put it in upside down. So this is how it's going to sit once it's in the truck. We're going to go ahead and invert it this way. We're going to walk it like so into place. Now once you go ahead and have your partner there help you get this started, you're going to go ahead and lightly install the top 2 bolts like we have done here. And now we're going to use that same pen down at the bottom. We put some tape underneath it. You'll see here, there's masking tape there. We're going to mark our second set of holes and then drill. So we just went ahead and repeated the same process here that we did on the top down at the bottom. We got all of our holes drilled. And then we went ahead and we slid our bottom bracket in through the left side of the tailgate. So that bracket's in there. So what we can go ahead and do is get ready to actually mount our tire carrier now. So what I did, I left these in here. I was able to just kind of prop them in here to keep this bracket here from dropping. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did, and you can try it if you'd like. But you're basically going to leave one of these in here, and you're going to rotate the bracket and get it to sit. So I'll show you exactly what I did. But let's go ahead, let's get the tire carrier. You're going to go ahead and pull the red tape from the back of it, the 3M tape. You're going to pull that off and get it ready. So we're going to go ahead and pull this 3M tape here off of the back of our carrier. And like I said, I have a little bit of a trick here. So what I did is I held this back off from the truck, and I went ahead and got this started. Okay, and then I was able to back this one out. That way I didn't need a second set of hands again. So we can go ahead, get this out. I can rotate the carrier up. And go ahead and get all of my bolts started. And you are going to want to use some of the blue thread lock that they provide when you secure these. Now, do just start the top ones loosely. We are not torquing them down yet. We're just getting them started. So now that we have all the top ones roughly installed, it's still loose. You'll see here it wobbles. We're gonna go ahead and use a pick or something of the sort here. And we're gonna go ahead and get this bottom bracket sort of where we need it to be. And we're gonna go ahead and get our thread locker and get our bottom bolts started. But before we do that, we are going to go ahead and pull the 3M protective tape off. So now that we went ahead and got the top one started loosely, you'll see here, this still moves. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna wipe off our surface here where we drilled our holes. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull the 3M tape backing off of the lower portion of the carrier here. And then we can go ahead and start our bottom bolts with the Loctite. And now that we've got them all started and thread locked, we're going to go ahead and torque these to 65 Newton meters, which equates to roughly 48 foot-pounds. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and complete this process for the rest of the bolts. So your next step here is going to be to drill 2 holes here in the door of the truck. You're gonna have one here and one here, basically on either side of the handle. Now behind that is the bracket that we installed earlier to bolt the tire carrier to. We wanna go through both the body of the truck and that bracket. So it needs to be an 8mm hole. We're using a 5/16 drill bit, close enough. I think the 5/16 is a hair bigger. And then we're gonna go ahead and install a nut and a bolt through each one of them. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Drilling these holes was very difficult. Last night, I called it quits. My drill bits at home that I had just were not adequate enough. If I can find the exact drill bit that I used on Amazon, I'll go ahead and link it below. But we used one of these DeWalt titanium bits. I had to run to Lowe's actually and pick this up. I used the 5/16. It went through it like butter, literally 5 minutes right through. It's got like a little tip on the tip, so it literally like butter. Don't waste your time with anything else. Grab one of those drill bits, you'll go right through. And then after you do that, you're going to go ahead and grab this hardware here. So you're going to use the nut, the bolts, flat washer, and spring washer. You're going to put the lock washer first, spring washer through it, and then go ahead and tighten it down 13mm so those are tight. So your next step here is going to be to measure to cut a couple more holes down in the bottom of the door. You're going to measure 1.5 inches in from this seam here in. You're going to make a couple of marks, and then you're also going to mark at 2.5 inches and 8.5 inches from the door stay. So what your mark should look like is this. So here's your 2.5 and your 8.25, and then you're 1.5 inches in. So those are the holes that we drilled. And then if you look down into the bracket, if I can get a flashlight, I'll show you. You can see that our holes line up perfectly with the holes that are in the bracket in here. Let's see if you can see what I'm talking about. But our holes line up with those holes in that bracket. Now we're going to use those holes that we just drilled that we showed you to go ahead and install this plate with this hardware here. This chamfered edge faces towards the vehicle, so towards the trunk. And that's going to go ahead and line up with the strike plate that we're going to go ahead and install here in just a couple of minutes. So we just went ahead, we used the paint that they gave us to go ahead and paint these holes. We're going to go ahead and let that dry, and then we'll go ahead and install the strike plate. So we went ahead and got this plate installed. Again, this chamfered edge here is going to face in towards the trunk. And then through here in this hole, you'll see there's one of the bolts, 2 of the bolts. What I ended up having to do is tape the one to this wrench. And I got my arm into this hole, and then I just ran them down with an impact gun. Right, Maverick? All right, so we got that plate in. Now we're going to go ahead. We got to pull this here off. So we're going to start with getting out this rubber plug. There's a little nut underneath. We're going to take that out. And then we'll be able to go ahead and mount the next piece of our puzzle, which is going to be this guy here. This is going to fit in here like so. And basically when you shut the door, this is going to catch that and it's going to help support the extra weight on the door. So we got Isabella here supervising. And what she told us to do here is to go ahead, you're going to remove this bolt from your bumper and you're going to slide this bracket in. I just put a piece of tape back there to kind of help mark it. And now we're going to go ahead and mark our holes. You're going to want to go towards the bottom end of the oval hole. And they show you that in the directions here. Let me see if I can find it. It might be on, no, it's on the following page. Right here, they tell you to mark it towards the bottom. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to drill those holes, and then we're going to pull that bracket back out and we're going to install our threaded inserts. Now using this rivet gun is actually super simple. All you're going to do is make sure that you have the correct die on here, and in this case it is the M8 die. So we're good there. Then all you do is you take your threaded insert, okay, and you thread it all the way on, and that's going to open this handle up. You're then going to go ahead, put your insert in the hole, and then you're going to squeeze. And when you squeeze, what I want you to notice here is that end right here butts out. And what that's going to do is basically sandwich the piece of metal that you're putting this into in between this. And then you just go ahead and unscrew from here. You just unscrew this. And now your insert is now fully inserted and it bonded to the metal that you installed it in. So I'm going to go ahead and install all of these in our truck, and then I'll show you the end result. So once you go ahead and drill your holes, you're going to do 2 on the top here, and then 2 on the bottom there. Where is it? There it is. And then you're going to go ahead and install your rivets. We already went ahead and did that. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can adjust this striker. They'll tell you to put washers in it, underneath it, things like that, to pivot it up and down. Mine was literally just a hair out, so I just gave it a love tap with a hammer and got it to where I think it needs to be. You want this to put some tension on the door when you shut it. So what you'll see here, you are going to have to slam your door a little bit, but it's going to keep tension on it and help support the weight of the tire. So now you're going to go ahead and take your trim piece over here. We've already started, and you're just going to cut a hole here to go ahead and allow that slot to fit through, and then you can go ahead and put your trim piece back in. All right, and once you get to this point, you're going to go ahead and mount the actual receiver here. There is literally 100 different ways you can do it. You can bolt it in here from the side like we opted to do to get a little bit more of angle adjustment, or you can go ahead and use the aluminum spacers that they provide and install it here from the front. Now when you do install this, the spot with the 2 studs is going to face up, and you'll see if we look back, everything here looks good. You can see here where we were playing with it a little bit to get the fitment just right. We had to cock our wheel out at the bottom just a little bit, so it's going to sit a little crooked, but it's as close to the body as I can get it, which is what I wanted. So let's go ahead and throw the wheel up. We have 3 lug nuts here. We're going to zip them on, and then we'll take a look. And when all is said and done, this is what your install should look like. You'll see we got it as close to the body as we can without it interfering with the mount itself. So I did, like I said, slant the tire just a little bit. Now we are going to have to figure out a situation with our license plate. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with a center mount that's going to mount it in the center of the wheel, or if I'm going to do one that's going to mount the license plate down here, but we will figure that out. Now one thing I do just want to showcase here is just how nice and easy this opens. Close it, 1 finger. It's closing nice and easily. Like I said, when you do close it, you will feel the tailgate kind of lift up a little bit. And again, that's just this bracket here doing its job and blunting some of the weight here of the tire that you've now added. You've probably added around 70-80 pounds of weight to this tailgate that it was never really designed for, and that's why they added all that reinforcement back there. So if this video interested you, please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned. We have more coming on this GX, and we'll see you guys next time.